Comunicar. Aprender. Romper barreras. Conectar con otros mundos y otras culturas. Expresar. Transformarte. Saltar obstáculos y creencias que nos limitan. Cuestionarnos. Disfrutar la vida. Sentir. Busquemos juntos nuevas posibilidades que nunca habíamos imaginado y encontremos la fuerza, el amor y el poder de la inspiración.
Hi, Vibha. Today I'm very, very honored to have you with us. Vibha is an amazing woman that I just met, and she's going to share with us about gratitude. We're going to talk about the joy of gratitude. I just met her, and you already made me feel grateful to meet you. So I'm very honored to have you in Inspírame Hoy. Welcome, Vibha.
Happy morning. Thank you so much, Liz, for hosting me on this beautiful, powerful podcast that you have been conducting. And I love that word. I love the name, Inspire Me Today. So I think both of us are going to inspire each other during our conversations. And when our listeners listen to this podcast, they will also feel inspired.
Exactly. You already inspired me since the first day I saw you, like I said. And I don't know, since I saw you, I feel this connection with you, and you make me feel very grateful.
Thank you.
So today we're going to talk about the joy of gratitude. And you have been running, I've been reading that you have been running an international projects. You've been with United Nations and a lot of things that you've done in life, right, Vibha? So first, why don't you tell us more about Vibha? Who's Vibha?
So Vibha is an ordinary human being who enjoys doing extraordinary things in life. And in terms of my work life, I have been in the international development sector, which we also call social development sector in India. And I started my journey as a volunteer way back in 1987 in India, in my hometown, that is Lucknow. And after that, I took up some jobs in the social sector only. And that is how I ended up working with the United Nations, with Johns Hopkins University, with PSI, and some other international organizations in various capacities. So basically, my work area used to be in the field of education, life skills, public health, and leading programs that were handling communications part of all such big projects in India, especially in northern part of India.
Well, you are a very powerful woman.
And since 2008, I made a transition and I moved out from my full-time jobs and I started my foundation. The purpose of starting my foundation, which is known as Muskan, in English we call it Smile, and Smile. And through that foundation, we started implementing projects for happiness, for gratitude, and well-being. And in that process of implementing Project Happiness, I carved out a gratitude session, which I later named Gratitude Joy Shop. And that is how we met when I was doing one such session about 2 weeks back during the World Happiness Festival. You were part of my session as a participant and you learned about some things. So that Gratitude Joy Shop I have offered in more than 12 countries so far, and 265 till the last week. The last one was in Costa Rica on 14th of March 2024. And so I love spreading the joy of gratitude because I believe that there is immense power in this very, very simple thing called gratitude. Because not only the neuroscience that suggests that there are immense benefits when you are intentionally grateful, there are immense benefit in terms of our physical health, psychological health, and social health also. In addition to that, gratitude brings a sense of pause in our life. And when we are in a moment of pause, we appreciate the beauty around. This could be beauty of nature, this could be beauty in relationships, it could be beauty of all that we are given in our life, which we do not notice because we are always in a rush, rush, rush. We are in the business of busyness, as I call it.
Yes.
So when we bring more pauses in our life with a sense of gratitude. It's amazing for our own well-being and for the well-being of others. And I approach gratitude as a tool to spread peace and well-being in the world. And that is why I keep traveling around the globe and offering my gratitude joy shops.
I love how you call it joy shops instead of workshop. And like I said, I can feel that you are feeling joy already. And every time I see you, I can feel the joy in you. So it makes sense that you name it like that. And so is there a specific thing or feeling or something that happened in your life that make you go on this path of gratitude?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So, as I shared briefly earlier, that when I left my full-time job, my last job was country head for a Dutch foundation in India. And when I left that job in 2012, I had registered my nonprofit and I started this project Happiness. It so happened that while I was also working in that Dutch foundation, we were making some grants to some other NGOs in India. And there were some things happening in those NGOs which were not aligned with my value system because I was head of the donor agency, and there were some things that were like inappropriate in terms of misappropriation of resources. So I was leading an inquiry, and that was causing me a lot of pain and stress because I don't like seeing these things happening, especially in the social sector where we are there to help people, to serve people, and some unacceptable things are happening. So when I was leading one such inquiry, there was a lot of stress, and that was the time parallelly through my own nonprofit, I was implementing Project Happiness. And in that Project Happiness, there was a chapter on gratitude. Like other chapters were on forgiveness, compassion, interconnectedness, and one chapter was on gratitude. And one of the values that I always live by is that I always practice what I preach.
Yeah.
So before taking that session on gratitude, I thought, let me practice it in my own life, just like the way it is prescribed in that course of Project Happiness. And you'll be surprised, Liz, when I implemented gratitude, when I practiced gratitude intentionally, within 10 days, I started noticing changes in my well-being because I was under a lot of stress because of that inquiry. And here I'm implementing this practice in my own life, and I noticed some positive changes. And that was the day in 2012, November, I typed the word gratitude in Google search, and I found amazing research, cutting edge research that is being done to study the power of gratitude, mainly from neuroscience point of view. And that is how I learned that this has so many benefits. So I thought that why not offer this to as many people as possible? Because one, it will help in their mental well-being, emotional well-being. Like it helped me in managing my stress, what I was going through at that time. And it is also a powerful way of connecting people around peace, around a concept of being more present, being more mindful with the life in general. So that was an incident that motivated me to start this. And it's 2012, and now we are in 2024. It has been 12 years, and I have taken it to more than 12 countries and have reached more than 40,000 people in different parts of the world, including my country.
Yes. So about these benefits that you were talking about, what do you think are the benefits that we could have if we practice gratitude, and how can we practice gratitude? Because I believe that sometimes we just think that gratitude comes just by saying thank you, but it goes more farther than that, right?
Mhm. So I will respond to your first question first about the benefits. So when I researched about gratitude and I attended a couple of international conferences as a speaker to talk about my work in the domain of gratitude, I met a couple of neuroscientists who were doing research and they shared their studies. So I refer to their studies only. This is from UC Berkeley, California University. There is Professor Emmons who has done research and he talks about benefits of gratitude in three domains, like physical health benefits, where you have stable blood pressure, you take better care of your health, you exercise more, and you feel more awake and alert and alive when you wake up. So this happens to our physical health when we are intentionally grateful. In terms of psychological health benefits, his study suggests that people who are grateful have more positive emotions, they are more optimistic about life, they are more vibrant, and they feel less lonely, and they are more outgoing, so to say. So there are immense benefits in terms of our psychological health as well. They can manage their emotions better, they are more resilient. And then social health benefits, which we all know, people who are grateful are more outgoing, they are more helping, they are more forgiving, and they feel a sense of interconnectedness with people in general, with
Okay.
their neighbors, with their communities, with their colleagues at workplace. So these are all evidence-based benefits of gratitude. There are some studies specific to children which show that children who practice gratitude right from a very young age, they are more connected with school, with life in general, and it promotes sharing in place of greed. It promotes love in place of violence, and children are generally happier in life and more connected and more mindful when they are grateful.
Wow, yeah, I've heard that. It's like I don't know where I heard this, but it says that it's like a lubricant for your mind.
Ah,
Correct? Is it?
that's an interesting
It helps you.
phrase. Yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
it's so funny how most of the people think that gratitude comes from a spiritual thing, and I believe it's just like a power that we all have, right? That we can just practice.
Yes, yes. Yes, so I will now respond to your second question that gratitude, many people think that gratitude is just saying thank you. No, it is not so, because thank you is often at the cerebral level, only at the cognitive level. We just say thank you without even looking at the person whom we are thanking. Whereas gratitude is something that you feel within your heart. And once you have this feeling, once you have this emotion, then you express it. And for expression, you can use the word thank you or any other way. It could be a pat on somebody's back, or it could be a little note by writing, or it could be a card, or it could be a flower. There can be any way or various ways of expressing gratitude. But thank you is something very superficial most of the time, whereas feeling gratitude is a much deeper thing. And the second point that you made about gratitude being a spiritual quality, so I will say yes, it is a spiritual quality. But in addition to that, it's a lovely, it's a very very positive emotion. It's a positive feeling. So even those who do not believe in spirituality, for them also it has immense benefit. Going by the modern neuroscience, and also going by the 21st century life skills that we keep talking about in our education system. So gratitude is something that promotes life skills, that promotes social emotional skills in youth, as well as when other any other age group practices gratitude, then they get all the benefits that I talked about, the physical health benefits and the psychological health benefit.
Wow, yeah, so we must practice gratitude. So, what are some effective strategies that could help us to increase our level of conscious of gratitude? Like something that you feel that it's going to, like, well, that some strategies or some things that you recommend to us to increase it.
Okay. So I believe in simple things. I believe in simplicity. So I suggest people very, very simple activities for two reasons. One is that people are so busy these days. Everybody is busy. They don't have time. So if you come to them with the list of activities, to-do list kind of, Nobody has time these days. So it is better to suggest simple things. Those can be easily integrated in a daily routine. As you move through your day, you can easily integrate those things. So a very simple and one of my favorite activity that I recommend to people is that is related to water.
Uh-huh.
And we all either have water or touch water at least 20 times in a day. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
We interact with water so many times in a day
Right.
and we take it for granted. So the simple activity is that the moment you hold a glass of water, just pause for a second, connect with the water which is there in the glass, and thank all the people who made it possible for you to have a portable glass of water. Like the people who work in public work departments, and then they lay the pipelines, and then the water comes to our homes. And here we just do like this. We just tap the turn with this movement of fingers and we get potable water. We are so blessed that we have a potable water in our homes, which
Yeah.
not everybody is blessed with. I think almost 20% of population around the globe, uh, they don't have access to potable water so easily. So just do this simple activity. And this entire activity requires not more than 15 seconds. So in 15 seconds, you can pause, pay attention, think about the people who bring it to your home through various systems, and
True.
have a sip.
True. True. Things that we give for granted,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was reading Eckhart Tolle, and he was saying that being grateful is not comparing yourself with the people that have things that don't have things that you have. It's just being grateful for what you have, for what is, right? Not
Yes.
comparing, not to people that have that doesn't have the things that you have, or people that have what you don't have.
Yes.
You just have to be grateful for what you have.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Very
true.
true. Very well said.
And why do you think it's difficult for some people to be grateful? What makes it so hard for those people that don't feel they have anything to be grateful for?
That's a great question. Yes, I agree with you. There are people who think that they have nothing to be grateful for. And to all such people, my humble suggestion and my question is that if you do not have anything to be grateful for, just be grateful for your breath, because you are alive, you are breathing. No, we all went through pandemic times. We all saw what was happening to people around us in our countries, in around the globe. And that was the time we were struggling for one cylinder of oxygen just so that we can get support and we can breathe well to support our lungs.
At the
And here
pandemic,
that
true. Yeah.
which is there all the time and we take it for granted. So people who think that they have nothing to be grateful for, to them my humble suggestion is that please focus on your breath. Pause and focus on your breath and pay attention and praise that you are able to breathe. Your lungs are working fine.
Yeah, true. It's true.
Yeah.
And I hope that these people that don't feel that they are grateful for anything, they realize that we have a lot of things to be grateful on this life, and that like you said, it's something that we need to practice, right? We need to practice gratitude. And so what do you need to cultivate that this attitude of gratitude? What would you do? Is there some things that you do every day to cultivate it?
Actually, the more you do these simple activities that I teach in my sessions, the more stronger your muscle becomes for being grateful. You develop a new muscle in your body, which is gratitude muscle,
Yes.
as I say it. So I will tell you an interesting story, is interesting thing that happened with me. So right now I am in Naples with a friend, and she has a daughter who is 5 years old, Francesca. So since I'm living with them, she observed me how I do my little gratitude practices before drinking water or before having a meal. So this morning when we were having breakfast, I sat in front of my breakfast with my folded hands and with my eyes closed. I looked at my platter and I just thanked my friend who had made my breakfast. And I thanked the farmers who work so hard in the field, and then all the people who are involved from farm to table, like bringing food from farm to table in our homes, and then somebody cooks at home or in a restaurant. So I was doing this little activity for about 10-15 seconds. She observed and she also started doing it.
Oh, cute.
She was having some drink, fruit juice. So she folded her hands in front of the fruit juice. So this is a gesture we use in India when we want to be
Yeah.
appreciated, when we want to give respect to anything or any person, we fold our hands. So that is what I do when I practice my gratitude with food and water. So the idea is that the more you start doing these simple activities, the more you will be prone to notice such little blessings and pleasures that all of us have in our lives. It is not about big things, it is about simple things. And additionally, you asked that what I do. So I do some such activities like breath, with food, with water, with flowers. Every time I see a beautiful flower, I'll just go and gently touch and thank. Or a nice little leaf, a newly emerging leaf. It's a very nice, soft red leaf. I will just touch and thank the leaf. That is my moment of pause and paying attention and appreciating that leaf. So that is my gratitude to nature. So the more I do such things, the more it becomes part of my system, and I start noticing abundance and so many beautiful things and that are given to us from nature, from people, from strangers.
You're right. We're very busy on the daily basis that we don't look around to what we have, right? We're so busy in our own things that we don't look around to see that we are so blessed to have all these things. Even nature, like you said, they are free gifts that we have every day.
You very rightly said by you, Liz. It's about noticing. It's about noticing small things that are around us.
Being aware.
The more we notice, yeah, being aware, the more we notice, the more we are in the present. And being in the present is a great quality. Spiritually speaking, it's an amazing quality. The more you are in the present, the more anchored you are with the source and within your own self. So I am not going in that domain today because it will be another talk when I go talk about being present and being in the moment.
Mindfulness, yes.
I have developed that skill over the years, and my gratitude practice has contributed a lot. In addition to a couple of other practices, my gratitude practice has contributed a lot to be in the moment, to be in the present, and enjoy whatever is happening in the moment.
True, true. So you've been in a lot of places sharing gratitude. And how do you feel spreading gratitude? Because I think there you must have seen on this time a lot of different reactions, right, on people. So is there any reaction that you remember that you want to share, that you have seen, that you said, oh, this really changed the life of this person?
Oh, so
I believe
many.
a lot of them, right? But
A lot of them, a lot of
yes.
some you will see on my website where I just post what people write as a handwritten note. So some you will see there. But one of the experiences that somebody shared with me, that person was into mindfulness. And after attending my session, he said that I used to find it difficult to practice mindfulness. Now I know by practicing gratitude, I am able to practice mindfulness. So
Oh,
he could connect mindfulness and gratitude, which I also realize now that mindfulness is also being in the present, and so does gratitude.
correct.
It brings you in the present moment. So that was a very interesting insight for me when he shared this. Somebody was going through a challenging situation in her life. And when she practiced gratitude the way I teach, especially writing the gratitude journal so that it becomes part of your system after 3 weeks. So when she did that, there was a huge transformation in her state of mental well-being. And then she was immensely grateful. She wrote me a nice long letter narrating everything, how it shifted. So the point here is, Liz, that our circumstances will not change, but through gratitude, we are able to develop resilience and look at the beautiful things which are around us, which surround us. And by doing that, we get all those psychological benefits that helps us to deal with whatever else is happening in our life, that builds our resilience to face so-called negative things that are happening. That's a byproduct that happens through gratitude practice. And in fact, that is what happened in this person's life. because my gratitude practice did not change her circumstances, but gave her skills, developed her resilience, and developed a sense of positivity in her so that she could handle with that seemingly negative situation in a much more better manner.
True. I didn't realize about the greatest power of gratitude until now. And I told you about this project about resilience that I'm working on it. And I believe this amazing power of gratitude is one of the main pillars of the resilience. Like you
Yes.
just said it, right? It's amazing what you're doing, Vibha. And tell us about your joy shops. But I love the name. I've been in a very piece of it, and I love it. And so tell us about these joy shops. The people that is looking at you right now, what would they found there? What would they're gonna learn? What they have to expect about those joy shops?
The first thing is that it's a joy shop, it's not a workshop. And I have deliberately chosen this word. I conduct some other workshops, but this one is gratitude joy shop. In terms of expectation, people, first of all, they will feel a sense of joy. That is guaranteed. At the end of my joy shop, people feel a sense of joy, which is deeper or a level higher than happiness.
Yeah.
When I look at it, especially coming from the wisdom of the East, coming from India, I draw a distinction between happiness and joy. Joy is a higher state. So that is what people feel. And I also get immense joy every time I do a joy shop. In terms of what concrete things people experience and take away one is that they learn a simple key, that how to mainstream gratitude in daily life, which is 3 P's, key of 3 P's: pause, pay attention, and praise.
Yeah.
They learn 10 simple activities which are fun to do with families, with the students, with colleagues. Anybody can, like after attending the joy shop, they can quickly run these activities in their circles or in their families. Very, very simple, fun to do activities. They also learn the art of writing a gratitude journal, because there is a specific thing how you should write the gratitude journal. So they learn the art of writing a gratitude journal. So these are the main 3 takeaways. They learn about the framework that I use to deliver the entire thing, which is like extremely engaging. It is not like one-way lecture only. It is, I engage my audience, I engage their spiritual intelligence, I engage their emotional intelligence, and I engage their cognitive and intellectual intelligence also. So all this happens, and it's about 2 to 2.5 hour session, like a power packed, full of joy.
I know.
And most ideal for a batch of 20 to 25 people. But sometimes I take more, sometimes there are lesser number of people. But ideal size given this time is 2.5 hours, 25 people sitting together in a circle and experiencing the joy of gratitude.
It's a boost of gratitude. I mean, I just have a very small piece of it at the World Happiness Fest, and like you just said, I went out of there full of gratitude, and I remember that after that small piece of joy shop, I was happy. I remember because I even remember that I told you thank you like 1,000 times because I was so happy
Yes,
for
yes.
being there with you and for to meet you and everything. So do you have these joy shops online just for the people that are not here, or because you're in Miami, right?
So right now I'm in Miami. I live in India. I'm traveling to Miami
Oh,
for,
really?
yes.
I didn't know. I thought you lived in Miami. This is new for me. Okay.
Yes, yes. So I come here every year for the World Happiness Fest and for some other workshops on authentic leadership, on values in action, on holistic well-being. These are some of my sessions which I offer every time I come here. But yeah, I do online also, because there are people in many different parts of the world who have been showing interest. Once they attend, they want that their community should also get an experience. So I do online. But personally, I will be very honest that what happens in an in-person joy shop, I think 80% of it happens in an online session.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. You are right. Yeah.
There's a kind of energy that is built. People are visible to each other. They are able to see each other's emotions. There is a sense of safety. There is a sense of comfort. So all that is not cannot be felt so easily by other participants in an online setting. But yet I do it sometimes.
Yeah, just for the people that can't have that, you know,
Yes.
that they're not here, that they don't live here. So I'm more honored now that I know you don't live here and I have this amazing interview. I'm very honored, Vibha.
Thank you.
Very, very grateful. So what's remind me about the 3 P's of your joy shop.
Yeah. So first is pause.
Pause,
Second is pay attention.
pay attention,
And third is praise,
praise.
which equals to appreciation.
Okay. So pause, pay attention, and praise.
Yes.
Being present. Okay, good. I love those 3 P's. So today, why I know you're probably gonna have a list of it, but today, why Vibha is grateful for.
Oh, first of all, I'm grateful to you, Liz. And we met 10 days back during the World Happiness Fest, and you were part of my session. And you felt inspired, and you took out time, and you approached me if I could do this podcast today. So I'm really grateful to you for your conviction, that you felt convinced that you would like this message to be taken over to many more people and your audience. So I'm grateful to you
I
first.
am grateful for you.
And second, I'm grateful to my friend in whose house I am just now. She came in the morning, she set up my room. She knew that we are going to have this conversation. So she set up everything and she ensured that I'm comfortable. It's a blessing to have such friends around who take care of these small things. And I'm grateful to her daughter, my friend's daughter, who is a little bundle of joy, a very chirpy girl. So I'm having a good time with her.
Oh, well, I am grateful for you. I am grateful for a lot of things, like you just said, but today I'm grateful for meeting you. And yes, like you said, I was very happy for being there. It wasn't a coincidence. I needed to be there. Now I know that. And I just want to invite everybody to experience the joy of gratitude with Vibha. Like I said, I had a very small piece of it, and I can't wait to be a part of the whole package now. So you have a book, right? You want to tell us about a little bit about this book that you just wrote?
So this is not a proper book, uh, but something very interesting. You know that I live life like a vagabond. I'm always on the move. I travel a lot. So in 2016, I was in India. I had an apartment near New Delhi, and I was going to be in that apartment for 10 days. So I thought, why not host my friends and family members? Because I rarely get a chance to host people. I'm always moving from one location to another. So I sent an invite to some of my close friends and people that I'm opening my apartment. Please come and draw something or write something on the walls of my apartment inside living room and dining room and all this area, because that was the new year time, like 2070 was about to begin. So I thought we will celebrate new year with this creative spirit. So come and bring your friends, bring your family, and I arrange some paints and colors. And the most important part in this, Liz, was that I did not give instruction to anyone that what to write, where to write. I said, this space is open. You choose wherever you want to write and whatever you want to write.
Really? Wow.
And it so happened that this experiment, I call it fun venture, creative venture, this continued for 5 years. So every time I will visit, I will be in my apartment. And when people come to stay with me or work with me and be with me, so they will pick up a pen and color and they will write. So finally, over 5 years, 76 people wrote. 76 people
Wow.
wrote.
A lot of
And
people in your apartment.
yes.
Oh, wow. Look.
So
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, and including my parents and
Mhm.
my niece
Wow,
also wrote.
great gift.
And the age group of people who did this creative work was from 12 months to 86 years old. This
Wow.
was the age group. And 7 languages. There are 7 languages on my wall, which is Hindi, Sanskrit, Urdu, Dari. Friends from Kabul came, they wrote in Dari language, then Spanish, French, Italian, Japanese.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So what is it about? Actually, is it just is the book, it's about these drawings?
So, yes, it is about the drawing. And then the second part in this book is first, I have narrated the entire story that why and how. And I believe in open space principles. This is a very powerful method of convening gatherings and people. So, I followed the principles of open space. So, I've written about that what it means to me.
Yeah.
And then one of my volunteers, actually, some of my volunteers interviewed people that what they wrote or what they made and why they made and how they relate with me. So their experience about the whole thing. Because you will not believe there were some people who had a freedom shock. They were scared of picking up a brush and draw something on somebody's wall because they had not done it for many, many years. They said, I am not comfortable how to do it. This is going to be there forever on
Yeah.
your home walls. So then they felt a sense of comfort. They made some drawings. Similarly, some people were completely comfortable and happy. They were like free spirits. They were happy to write or draw something. They were little kids who were first scared because normally in homes you do not allow children to do things on the walls. So they were asking, they were looking at me with amazement and they were asking, do you really want me to make something on your wall? Do you give permission to do something on the walls?
So
So
what was
their
the main
reaction.
purpose of this? What was in your mind? What was the
In
purpose?
my mind, the purpose was to host my friends around a creative activity and celebrate New Year. That was the purpose. But
Wow.
it became much more than that because when I started getting people's impressions that why they made what they made, all these reflections which are here, it
Yeah.
was amazing to read some of these their reflections, how they felt doing it. So I thought, let me capture this in the form of a book and share with other people because when you let your spirit flow freely,
Yeah.
your creativity oozes. You are so creative. And if you look at the pieces of art which are here and amazing quotations, like it is such a life nurturing experience just to go through this book.
I bet. Yeah.
You
And
will find,
I love the title though.
yeah, and you will find Louis also in this book. He
Oh,
had also
really?
visited my apartment. Then Edith, some of the friends from World Happiness Foundation were there. So Edith, Louis, Liliana,
Oh,
they all,
yeah. Yeah.
Felipe, they have made drawings and then they have shared their reflection.
Walls that speak.
Walls that speak. Yes.
And that you keep that in your apartment?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So when you come to India, you will also get a chance to write something.
I
So
have to. I can't wait to do, the Bhutan trip with Luis.
yes.
I want to do that trip to Bhutan, but I can't wait to go to India and draw on your wall and see what it comes from that drawing because I'm very bad to draw. Very, very bad. Oh, I like that idea that you have. And 76 people?
76 people
Wow, a lot of people in your apartment.
from 5 countries.
Wow. Well, but that's a great thing to share because you just share a small piece of your
Yes.
story, right? With
Mhm.
them. Great. I love it, Vibha. So, well, thank you very much for being in Inspírame Hoy and talking about gratitude. But first, before you go, we need to do the 5 questions that I do
Hmm.
to everyone that comes to Inspírame Hoy. So are you ready?
Yes. Love your
Okay.
questions. Whatever you
Let's
are asking, I'm loving it. So go ahead.
I'm enjoying this because, like I said, I can feel your joy since the first second that I saw you. So I love it. Okay, Viva. So tell me, 3 or any books or movies that you that have been inspire you in your life.
Oh, interesting. So First and foremost, the book, which is a scripture for me. It's called Bhagavad Gita.
Mhm.
That has inspired me a lot.
What's the name?
Uh,
Oh,
Bhagavad Gita.
okay.
Yeah. You can write in short Gita, Gita.
Okay. Gita.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
The second book is a very small book titled Tuesdays with Morris.
Why? What? Just tell me a little bit of that book just to let me know why inspire you.
The first book, Bhagavad Gita, it inspires me because it teaches how to do your actions while remaining detached with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it teaches the law of detachment.
Oh,
That is why I like. Tuesdays with Morris, I like because it captures very nice stories and messages, powerful messages about life, uh, which happen as a conversation between a student and a professor.
okay.
Yeah, so it's a thin book, but I just love this book.
Okay.
Yeah. And the third book is Tibetan Book of Living and Dying.
Mhm.
It's a Tibetan book, and it has some amazing insights about life and death.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And who's the author?
I don't remember the name of the author.
Okay, don't worry, we'll look for it and I will write the name here.
And the film that you asked, I think one of the films that, in fact, that I watched when I was in the US and I also met the director, is about emotions. The name of the film is, it's an animation film. The name is Inside Out.
Oh, yes, I love that movie.
I love,
Okay.
I
And
love.
why? Why that movie inspire you?
Yeah, because it conveys a strong message that it's okay to have all kinds of emotions. Even the emotions of sadness and anger are also okay because these are surfacing within me and it's okay to have. And then how we process that, that is where our own skills come into play.
True.
So yeah, otherwise, there is this culture of fake positivity and then pushing negative emotions aside. I don't believe in that. Acknowledging all kinds of emotions is important for our health, for our well-being. So that movie conveyed this message beautifully.
Yeah.
So
Again,
I
the
love
mindfulness, right? Being
mind.
present with what you're
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
Okay, so now tell me 3 habits of your daily life that keep you inspired.
Wow. So first is my small acts of gratitude. That is my first habit. Yeah. Second habit is that whenever I'm traveling for work and every time, in fact, 99% of the time, I reach before time for my meetings. So I have some extra 15-20 minutes. So I use that time either sitting in my car or in the waiting lounges and I just meditate
Okay.
because that's a bonus time that I get. So I use that for my own focusing on my breath and doing some practices and I meditate. So I meditate many times in a day.
Many times a day, I know. It's good, it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
So you told me 3? You told me 2,
Oh,
I
no,
think.
no, no, no. I told you only
2.
two.
Yeah.
Third habit is that I drink plenty of water.
Okay.
Yeah, water is my favorite drink.
Is there a reason or just because you like to drink water?
Uh, I have a special connect with water as an element. There are 5 elements. So water element I feel deeply connected with. And it's very good for my health. So I keep nourishing myself with plain white water.
Good. You have to be spoiled yourself every day. So now tell me, from which emotion do you find inspiration?
Joy,
Of course, I knew
emotion.
that was coming.
Yeah.
Joy. Joy makes you inspired.
Yes.
Okay, and if you could color inspiration, what color would you use? And why?
Violet, violet color,
Wow.
like deep purple.
Uh-huh. Why?
See, that is the color I see most of the time when I meditate. So
Okay.
I love that color.
They said purple is like the hope. Color of hope?
Oh, I don't know about it.
Well, I read someplace that I believe it is. I'm not sure, but okay. So what's the color again? The name?
Violet, Violet.
Violet. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. So now, if your inspiration were a person, who would it be?
It cannot be one person. In fact, right now, my inspiration is you, with the dedication with which you are, and the joy with which you are conducting this conversation.
There's a lot of people that inspire our lives, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but let's think, if you could only say one that put a face on one person, that's, let's say it's been your inspiration
Yeah.
most of your life, most of the
Yes. So
time of your life.
I
Who
will
would it
share
be?
with you. So please allow me to say two names instead of one.
Of course.
It is Sri Aurobindo and the mother.
Okay, good. So I think today, most of the people that is watching us, or I believe all the people that is watching us, are gonna feel grateful. And I really hope that this talk can make people feel more aware of what it is and what they have, right? And not compare themselves to anybody, because I do believe sometimes we focus a lot on the competition that actually on collaborate with the people, because if you focus on the competition, then you're not going to find anything to be grateful for.
Yes.
So what do you want to say to all those people that are going to watch us or hear you about?
So my two simple messages. One is that be more present with your surroundings. And second is, whenever I offer my next gratitude joy shop, I will share the link. If you feel like, sign up and come in my circle of joy.
And you're not going to regret it. You're going to be happier. I want to close with this phrase, this quote that I read at your joy shop, which is, the things you take for granted, someone else is praying for.
Yes.
And I want to close with this quote because it really makes me feel a lot of things. So thank you very much, Vibha, for being here. Like I said, I am truly honored to have this amazing woman. And thank you. I hope this is not the first time and the only time.
Such a pleasure to have this conversation with you, Liz, and lots of blessings to you for your work, for your podcast, and hope to see you either in Orlando or in Miami or in India.
Hope to see you
Namaste.
soon too. Namaste. Thank you, Vibha. And thank you. Gracias a todos los que nos vieron hoy en Inspírame Hoy. Y bueno, recuerden que ya estamos en Spotify y si les gustó, pues denle like y pongan sus comentarios y ojalá que más que una charla, me costó un poquito el tema de hablar en inglés, pero espero que a todos nos haya ayudado de alguna forma. Muchas gracias a todos y a ti, ¿qué es lo que te inspira? Thank you, Vibha.
Lots of love and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you.